189 USD. That's a weird spot to live in. Above plastic gaming boards, below the custom rabbit hole that everyone's scared to fall into. The Tars T1 wants to own that gap, and let's see if it earns it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Scoop Bar. This video is sponsored by ClickClack, and the take is mine, the good and the bad, and you're going to hear both. ClickClack didn't get to see this video before it went up, standard Scoop Bar deal. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Jeff, and I'm glad you found us. Scoop Bar is a passion project. It's me and V doing this around our full-time job, so if honest keyboard takes are your thing, subscribe and stick around. The affiliate links for the T1 are down in the description below if you want to support the channel. Costs you nothing extra. So here's the board. The Tars T1, 84 keys, 80% layout, full CNC aluminum, and it's heavy, just over 4.5 pounds. It kind of plants itself on a desk and doesn't really move. Tri-mode out of the box, 2.4 gigahertz, Bluetooth or wired, 189 USD, 5 different colorways. One thing before you even open yours, check it for flaws before you cut the shrink wrap. There's a foam protector sitting over the screen and the nav cluster, and it blocks your view of what's underneath. So film your unboxing. If something is off out the gate, you want it on camera before you've touched a thing. That's not me being paranoid, that's just protecting yourself. In the box, you get accent keycaps, so you can swap a few caps and change the look without buying a whole new set. There's a sticker sheet, which is a fun little extra, and a physical key map, which I actually love. On a TKL board, the function layer matters, and having a card in your hand beats hunting for a layout diagram online. Now, let's talk about the build, because I think this is where the T1 is strongest. The finish is good. I got a stack of pre-builds here in the sound test, and this one's the best finish out of that bunch. You get 5 colorways across 2 different types of finishes. Haze Gray and Moonlight Silver are sandblasted anodized. Ice Melt Blue and Shakura Pink are powder coated. There's a limited cream white with a whole capybara theme and exclusive caps. The blue one's probably my favorite. The powder coat has these little sparkles in it that you can really only catch in person. The PCBs sit on silicone stubs, standoffs basically, instead of gasket. Now hold that thought because it changes how the board types, and we'll get there. One thing here, however, there's a slight sharp corner on the badge area right by the knob. Now normally I wouldn't bring this up, but if you rest your hand there or use a knob a lot, you're going to feel it. It's minor detail. Now, the part that a lot of people care about, how does it type? The T1 is stiffer than all the other pre-builds in the sound test, and I want to be careful with that word because stiff isn't bad. It's not harsh, it's responsive. You hit a key and it gives you a firm, immediate bottom mount instead of a soft, cushy one. If you like a snappy board, this is your board. If you want pillows under your fingers, look somewhere else. I consider this more of a preference and not a flaw. Now, why does it feel that way? There are 2 reasons. The 2 screwed in standoffs I mentioned, less give in the mount, and the switch has a short travel, so less give, less travel, firmer feel, that's the recipe. The switch itself is the Tars Kailh linear, new PU stem, a custom top housing tuned for a brighter sound, and it's factory looped. The stabs are decent, play mounted, factory tuned, and on both units I got, there was no rattle worth complaining about. And at this price on a pre-build, that's a win. However, with any factory tuned stabs, your mileage may vary. One miss here, however, no scooped F&J. Scooped homing keys would have been nice to include, which actually brings me a question for you all. How much does it matter to you that a pre-build comes with your preferred homing homing keys, scooped or bar or dots in the box? Drop in the comments because I'm legit curious. And a quick tip, if you do swap switches, even though this isn't really a board built for tinkering, the standoffs help when you press a key in, but support the hot swap socket from the back so it doesn't pop loose, and straighten your switch pins first, you'll thank me later. And when you take the board apart, make sure you unplug the JST cable that's attached to the screen so you don't pull and bend any of those pins. Okay, so the screen. Let me set the expectation right now. Treat it as an aesthetics thing and not a productivity thing. It's fun, but it's not going to make you more productive. There are 4 built-in programs: time and a date, a typing speed counter, a capybara that dances when you type, and an actual playable snake game. Plus, you can upload your own GIFs through the app. Here is the surprise though. The screen density is genuinely impressive for the money. It's really sharp and it doesn't look cheap. And at this price, I expect it to be cheap. And then knob. It sits right above the arrow cluster, so the volume is right under your hand, no reaching. 2 small gripes. The cap pops off too easily, and it's clearly designed for thumb and index finger pinch. I wish I could just nudge it with one hand with my index finger, and I would have loved if it's at the print screen location instead of where it is. Small ergonomic things. RGB is here if that's your thing, and the corner light up is generally fun to look at. So real question for you, screens on keyboard, love them, or do you wish they would just go away? Tell me, because I kind of go back and forth on it myself. Connectivity is tri-mode, and ClickClack put a lot of work into the wireless. A custom antenna they say gets better range and low power draw, full NKRO on both Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz, and a latency tuning on top. Now I can't independently verify the percentages, but in use I haven't had any issues. With wireless performance, there are so many factors that can affect your experience, so keep that in mind. There's also a dongle storage built into the board, which I always appreciate. Just make sure the dongle lines up with a cover plate so it sits flush. Couple things to note here. Remapping runs through VIA, but you need to load the JSON file to do it. It's not plug and play. ClickClack, if you're watching, put that JSON file right in the listing page. It'll make life easier for everyone. And there's no ZMK, so if that's your preferred firmware, know that going in. So where does this land against the pack? The T1's real rival, if you want a knob and a screen, is Keychron. And here's the honest trade. Almost nobody but Keychron gives you a knob option at this tier, but Keychron's finish is the weakest out of the group, even though they win on software support and battery performance. The T1 flips that. Better finish, the knob and the screen. The cost is the software and how user-friendly, and a battery performance hit. I genuinely can't quote you a number on that. ClickClack doesn't publish one, so I'm not going to make one up. And the tight feel sets it apart too. Stiffer, brighter sounding than the rest. Again, good or bad depending entirely on what you like. So who is this for? And let me be straight here. If you're an in-game hobbyist sourcing your own switches, looping stems, tuning a gasket mount on a Friday night, the T1 is not for you. And it's not trying to be. It's not a tinkering platform or an in-game custom mechanical. It's for the person a step or two back from that. You've outgrown your first gaming or membrane board and you want a custom tier feel. You watch videos like this one, but you don't have the time or the nerve to build the thing yourself. That's the T1. Custom tier feel, pre-build, 189 USD, and it's for the sound test crowd who just want something clacky and bright that sounds great out of the box with zero tuning. So TLDR, buy it if you want a premium feeling, good looking clacky board with fun extras, and you don't care about deep customization. Skip it if you want a tinker platform, the best software and battery, or a softer typing feel. So the bottom line, the T1 carves out a real spot between the plastic gaming boards and the custom rabbit hole. The finish is great, the screen and knob makes it stand out. The stiff, clacky feel is a thing that people are going to argue about, and that's totally fine. ClickClack, a few small fixes, and this is a no notes board. Put the JSON file on the listing, throw in scooped homing keys, tighten the knob cap, and soften that badge corner. That's it. That's the list. Real quick before you go, tell me in the comments where you land on screens. Keyboard screens, keep them or trash them. I want to know. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next build.